women in general are meant to be, when we live the more natural way, which means agrarian lifestyle. Our Vedic culture, we tend to forget, is an agrarian culture. And which means that the majority of people are meant to live in villages. We have tremendous problem all over the world because we're going in the wrong direction. And therefore we have artificial relationships. And in the West, as we know, especially, the whole liberal mentality has made people to take up roles and positions that are not actually natural. So women are meant to be primarily, and this is the instruction of Narada Muni, primarily they're meant to be good mothers and good wives. So in terms, that's their dharma. That's their main dharma. When we live in a more natural way, that will come out. So I think it's very dangerous, I mean extremely dangerous for us as a society in the context in which we are now, where we have this artificial lifestyle to establish something which is out of the ordinary. You know, having women becoming Diksha Gurus, women can instruct as Shiksha Gurus, no problem. But primarily they should instruct also to ladies, to Matajis. So it is most unnatural. Actually, I was asking one Indian gentleman, devotee actually was a Prabhupada disciple, who's been in America for the last 40 years. He joined in America. That Prabhu, you are Indian and you've been mixing and interacting with Indian congregation in North America. What's their feeling? I was curious. So he told me everybody, most people that he knows find that most unnatural. First time I went to America after being in India for many years in I think 92, I think it was in Washington. I had never seen a woman giving Bhagavatam class. I was shocked. And actually I didn't go to the class. And to this day I find it unnatural. How can a brahmachari sit and, you know, with full attention hear? Because you can't just hear and close your eyes. So these things are not natural. And one of the main reasons, which is connected with artificial lifestyle, to this day, one of our main weaknesses within ISKCON, we have yet to understand the absolute necessity and need to establish Varnashram. Because within a Varnashram setting, where majority of people are meant to live in a natural surrounding, actually in village, then everyone's role becomes automatically known. There's no artificial thing, you know. When it's time to carry that bucket of water, it's not the lady, you know, of course now ladies, they carry things on their head, which is fine, but they don't do, you know, their nature is not to be doing hard physical work. They're meant to be at home. They will help, of course, in agriculture and all these things. But we don't see women traditionally behind the bullocks plowing the fields. I've never seen in my life. So we have a very big misunderstanding about Varnas, you know. Prabhupada actually many years ago, he spoke about Varnashram College, right? Then at one point a devotee asked him, Prabhupada, is Varnashram College, which is primarily meant to teach and to train about Varnas, is that also going to be for women? And Prabhupada said, no. Not that women should not have an education, young girls should have an education, but it should be, number one, separate education. You know, not, even to this day, I came to know a few days ago that we are having co-education right here in Mayapur. I came to know yesterday. I was shocked. I have one of my disciples who's taking a course, he was telling me, this is not natural. Why do we have so many problems because we're not hearing and not applying some of the very key, very fundamental instructions given to us by Srila Prabhupada. So our ISKCON society, I mean, this whole problem about, I think it would be a tremendous, error, very big error for our GBC to actually push this through. No matter how strong, because it's very strong, the pressure from America especially, because America is ruling the world rather, isn't it? But where is America going? It's going down to hell, the royal road to hell. So Prabhupada wanted, and I think that's easily understandable, he wanted people to come here to learn the culture. Not that we're going to follow the Western culture. So it's all very artificial. And I spent, when I first came to India, 1976, I spent like close to 18 years non-stop. And when you spend time in India, you get to see the culture, especially when you go in the villages. And of course, when I went back to America in the early 90s, I mean, I could see so many of the changes, and those continue, of course, to the extent now that, who are we? Coming back to that paper, I think it's very, very important. We need to understand our philosophy, and we need to stand by that philosophy, and we need to apply that philosophy, which in many respects we're not doing. And therefore this is affecting, that's why we have ambiguity. There's confusion about this point, amongst many devotees. And what's most unfortunate is that there is conviction on the part of many that we should do this, which is wrong, which is not Vedic, which is, we all understand and agree that, okay, in the past there were exceptional personalities who took up that role, but they were really exceptional, and you cannot make the exception the rule. Yeah, basically, isn't it? So I feel that personally I will feel very bad, I can say personally, if this is actually established with as a GBC, let's say, resolution within our ISKCON society. Here in India, most of our devotees at the leadership level have been opposing this, and rightly so, for the last so many years. And of course, it's going to be again taken up this year, 2016. So Prabhupada used to explain that when something is uncertain, don't do it. If it is not clear, uncertain, better to wait, And for something like this, until we have a better or more clear understanding about some basic Varnashram principles, which are evading us because we're not giving the proper attention all over our ISKCON society, and even here also at ILS 2016, same in 2014, this whole area is being avoided, unfortunately. There's so much to discuss actually regarding Varnashram, and we as a society are meant to take the world in that direction, which is in the direction of sanity. Now we have the opposite. The whole world is becoming crazy, and we want to make it more crazy. Yeah. Hare Krishna.